Hello everyone, I'm going to show you guys how to make a really cool virtual field trip using Google Sites. Now I've already showed you how to make a virtual field trip using Google Earth. If you've missed that video, I'm going to put the link to that down below in the description, and I'm going to put it up here at the top of the screen right now. But let's look at what a Google site will look like for a virtual field trip. So this is just a test one I made really quick. I'm not a history or geography major or anything like that, so I just want you to be aware of that. So this is what the students would see at first. They see a home page, and we're going to do a virtual field trip on ancient Egypt. So I've got some links up here that they can click on. I've got, first of all, on the home page, I have a really cool video just kind of describing ancient Egypt and a little description below. And here are the links. Now, oh, there we go, that loaded. I thought that wasn't going to load real quick. So in this virtual field trip, we're going to be touring the pyramids, tell them what they are. Here's some really cool pictures of pyramids with some descriptions. We're going to be talking about the leaders. I've got some videos about the leaders and some descriptions next to it. And we're going to be talking about the food that they eat. So this whole Google site is made to kind of transport them to ancient Egypt in the form of a website. So if you're interested in something like this, you're definitely going to want to stick around because it really is helpful. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to click on this tab and show you how to get to the Google site. So I'm going to do, I'm just going to type, I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to type Google Sites. And it will be that first link right there. You just need to click it, and you'll get brought to a page like this, and you will start out with a blank site. So we're going to click the plus symbol there for a blank site. All right, so this is what one of the Google sites looks like when you very first start this, okay? So the first thing that I suggest that you need to do is name your site. So up here in the site name, I'm going to name it Ancient Egypt VFT for virtual field trip. Now notice this changed up here. That's very important. I usually like to match the name of the file with the name of the site. So up here at the top, that's the name of the file. Down here is the name of the site. I think I'm going to add a logo. Adding a logo doesn't really make a difference or anything, but I think it makes it more professional looking for kids to use. So we're going to click on Google Image Search, and we are going to type ancient Egypt pyramid. All right, so up here pops up some things that we can use. I think I'm going to choose that one. That looks like a really good logo. So we're going to insert that in there, close that out, and if you notice, there is our logo for our website. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to name our title page. So the first thing I'm going to do is probably just type ancient Egypt. So when students come here, that's the first thing they're going to see. So I want them to know what this virtual field trip is going to be about. So I'm going to put ancient Egypt right there. All right, so the next thing I would do with this is probably select your theme. Now, when you click on theme over here on the right side, we were on insert. You're going to click theme right here, and you're going to choose what you think looks the best. I mean, it's as simple as it can be. And seeing that it's ancient Egypt, I kind of like this because it has that little brown bar. But if I wanted to change the brown bar to something else, so we have different colors here. And you also have a different font style. So if I wanted a cursive writing, I could do that. Bold, I could do that. But I think I'm going to stick with modern right there. All right, so after we choose our theme, I think it would be helpful for you to click on Insert here again to get back to this page because we're going to be using that a lot. So now that we've chosen our theme, we've done our title for the page and everything, I'm going to spruce up the website a little bit. I think it would be helpful to change this image because that does not scream ancient Egypt to me. So we're going to click on Change Image, select image, and again go to search, and we're going to search up a good picture that we're going to use for this website. Now this picture is going to stick in this banner every single page we make on this Google site, so you want to make sure it's a good one. So let's type ancient Egypt, and let's see what we get here. You know what? I think that is a really gorgeous picture of some pyramids. I think I'm going to use that. Please choose what you want to use. And check that out. See, that looks much better. It's much better than that blank, like little non-descriptive picture that we had earlier. Okay, so now that we've gotten everything done with our pictures and things, we are going to go below here. Now, it's important for you guys to know that underneath this banner is going to be like sections. And I'm going to show you that here in a little bit. But how do you describe what kind of section you want to use? How do you choose which type of section? Well, you're going to go into this white area, and you're just going to double click. And up pops a menu right here. It's very similar to this one. You could probably use that one too, but I always double click and choose what I want from there. So I think that what I'm going to do is I am going to put a picture there, and I'm going to click Google search. Let's put another picture. Let's put a picture of a sphinx on there. Egyptian. How do you spell sphinx? Sphinx. There we go. I don't know. I thought it was with a Y. Let's try that. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. Let's put a really like breathtaking picture. Now, like I mentioned before, I like to use a lot of pictures and videos on this virtual field trip because it is a virtual field trip, and if you're going to take somebody on a field trip, they're going to be seeing a lot of things. So definitely use a lot of pictures and videos for that. Okay. So if you noticed when I'm going to go back through that again really quick because I was talking while I did that. So I'm going to double click on image, go to Google search, and I'm going to type Egyptian Sphinx. And I chose this picture right here, so I'm going to click it one time and then click insert. And it's going to put my picture there on the website. Now, I don't like it being over here on the left side. I want it kind of centered, so I can click and drag it over to the center. You can click it one time and change the size of it. Probably needs to be recentered again. But there we have it. So when the students click on our website, this is what they're going to see first. I do want to throw something out there to you. I don't really like this white background. Seeing that we have a bunch of dark browns and reds and things, I want to change the color of this white. So if you see this little color palette on the side, I'm going to be doing this a lot. You just have to click on that. You can add an image there, another image if you want, but you have these other three options: regular, emphasis 1, emphasis 2. So if I click on emphasis 1, that's what it looks like. Let's try 2. I think that's a little dark for me. I'm going to go with emphasis 1. Okay. Now, there's another thing that I always like to do, and it's not going to change anything on your website, but it's just going to make it look a little bit better, in my opinion, is I want to use these dividers. I just think it makes it look nice to me. I don't know, you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but there is a divider button there, and whatever section you're on, whenever you click the divider, it will place it underneath that section. Okay? So now I'm going to add a little description, and I am going to forewarn you guys, I have already made this. You saw the sample VFT earlier. I have copied a lot of the text that I'm going to be using in this, but I did quote them. If you're doing something different, you're going to have to go to another website, do your own research, and come up with your own text. So I'm going to put text underneath this, kind of describing ancient Egypt. So I'm going to double click down here in the white again. Always remember, double click in the white. And I'm going to click on the text option here, and it opens up a text bar. So let me copy and paste what I had in the previous VFT. Remember, you are going to have to probably do that research on your own for whatever field trip you're doing. And right there's my text. It's just a brief little summary of ancient Egypt. I hope it's correct because, like I said before, I'm no history major or anything. And I'm going to change this to emphasis 1 again because I do not like that white color there. Now notice my divider bar went down there. If I want to move it, you just click and, well, I thought you clicked and dragged it. Let's see. Yeah, click and drag it right back up there. So Google is a little finicky with this. So you may have to do some, reorganization of things like that. But I do want to put another divider underneath this text, so I'm going to click on that section, click on divider, and there we go. So I have just made my home page. Now to recap, all I did was double click, added this image with this button, and then I went beneath it and I double clicked again and added this text with this button. Alright, so kids are going to see that when they click on your website. That's the first thing they're going to see, and you definitely want to use an attention grabber with that. You can put multiple pictures up there if you want. You just need to double click and add another one. And I also wanted to show you guys this as well. You can add an image carousel. If you wanted to add multiple pictures, you can click on here, click a plus, select image. We're going to go to Google image search again and type in, I don't know, let's do Egyptian pyramids. And we can load multiple pictures into one carousel. So let's get that one, that one. That one's cool. And I don't know, that one will be fun. And when we click insert, I want you to watch what happens. It has all four pictures loaded here. And when we click insert, it's got these little bars down here. Now I did this without thinking too, but I do not like my stuff not being lined up. So I am going to move this back over to the middle. I'm going to change the background to that. Emphasis 1. And I don't know why those numbers are on there, but when the kids come here to this, I'll show you what this looks like when we preview it in a little bit. They'll be able to click these little dots down here, and there will be arrows here, and they can look at all four pictures that I just selected. So it's your choice. If you want to add one picture, you can do that. If you want to add an image carousel, you can click this down here. But then when you get down here to add some text, you're going to use that button. All right, so we're going to make our next page now. So up at the top right, we're going to click Pages. And we are going to click the little plus symbol down here. Open that up. The next thing that we're going to talk about in our VFT is going to be the pyramids. So I'm going to type pyramids there, and when you click done, notice how it adds a link up here. So we got two links. We got our home page and we have our pyramids page. And you know, some students may not know what the pyramids are or why they were built, so I'm going to add that text. So I'm going to double click in the white area, click on text, and I'm going to copy and paste what I've already created so we can save some time. What are they? All right, so there gives a brief little description about what they are. They were mostly built for tombs. And again, I'm going to change this to emphasis 1. And I want to put a divider underneath it. All right, so there's my brief little description. If I want that blank space out there, I just need to delete it. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to categorize your pictures on here. So if you look to the right, there is a little section called layouts, and you have multiple options there, but I'm going to do 3 different pyramids. So I'm going to click on the 3 images right there. I'm going to change this because it bugs me. Alright, so there we go. I've got 3 different images, and notice underneath each image you've got like a little title bar and a little text section. So the first one that I want to do is going to be on King Tut right here. So King Tut's pyramid. I'm going to bold it. I want to put that in the center. There we go. And I'm going to click on this, select an image, and I'm going to put King Tut pyramid. Alright, there we go. We've got pictures of King Tut's pyramid, I hope. I'm going to choose that first one, and it should place it right there in the picture. Alright, now underneath the picture, I've got my title, King Tut. Underneath that, I'm going to put my description. And remember, I've copied and pasted all of these so that we don't have to go looking for them. So there's my first one. I'm going to click the plus for the next one, and I am going to do the Pyramid of Lahaun. I think that's how you say it. So let's go up here. Pyramid of Lahaun. That's a rough looking pyramid. It's seen better days, hasn't it? But the fact that it's in this condition after that long, I'm kind of impressed by that anyways. So in this section, I'm going to type Pyramid of Lahoon. Notice how that's a little bit different. Let's see if I can get that to be the same. Heading, that's what we want. We're going to change this to heading. King Tut. All right, there we go. Underneath there, I'm going to copy and paste my description of the Pyramid of Lahoon. All right, next to it, I have Pyramid of Khufu. I don't know. I was thinking that was the same thing as King Tut's pyramid, but if it is, I'm sorry. If it's not, then I'm good. So I'm going to type Pyramid of Khufu. Get me a really cool picture for that. Yeah, it actually looks, well, I don't know. It might be the exact same thing. So if it is, I'm sorry, guys. But you get the gist. You can choose 3 different pictures. All right, so I'm going to type, or click on that. Underneath that, I will type Pyramid of Khufu. And in the description, I will copy and paste my description for that. All right, so there we go. We've got 3 different, hopefully 3 different pyramids. Like I said, these 2 may actually be the same. But you get the gist. I just wanted to show you guys how to make it. And there is our pyramids page. So remember, I'm going to recap this real quick. I used this little button right here in the layout section. I clicked on the plus to add the picture. I clicked on Google search. I just searched for King Tut's pyramid, chose an image I liked, and added the description beneath it, the name and the description. All right, so now that we're done with that, by the way, guys, I know this seems a little bit fast, but you're always welcome to pause it and go back. I'll put chapters in the description below if you need to figure out how to, jump to different sections of this video. I'll put chapters for the video. But yeah, let's add us another page here. So I'm going to click Pages up here at the top. Click on the plus symbol down here. Now that we're done with pyramids, we are going to add leaders. We're going to talk about the leaders of Egypt. So when I click that, I get a new page called Leaders. And I am going to go back to Insert, and I'm going to use this layout button again, but instead of choosing the 3 different image options, I want the 1 image option. So I'm going to click on that and show you guys something a little bit different than what we've done. We're going to do a section on Cleopatra. And let me copy and paste her description over from my notes. This time, though, in the plus section here, I'm not going to add a picture. I'm going to add a YouTube video. So when I click on that, you get this option here to add a YouTube video. So that's what I'm going to click. And I'm just going to type Cleopatra and press enter. All right, so I got a bunch of videos about Cleopatra. And guys, I have no idea what this is, official music video. So let's go ahead and change this to Egypt Cleopatra and see if we get anything more relevant. There we go. The real Cleopatra, we've got a Nat Geo video on that. So that's what I'm going to choose. So just type in what you're interested in, click on the video you want, and it will search YouTube for you, give you a list of YouTube videos. And when you click it and click select, it's going to embed that YouTube video into your website. All right, so that's pretty clean, pretty efficient looking. I've got a video about Cleopatra here. I've got her name next to it, and I have a brief written out description. So again, I like my dividers. I'm going to click on this section here, and I'm going to click divider. You do not have to do that, but I just think it looks nice. And underneath here, I'm going to click on layouts again, and we're going to do our next leader, which is Xerxes. I'm a huge fan of that movie 300. I think that's an awesome movie. So when I was looking up Egyptian leaders, I saw that Xerxes was one. I was like, yeah, I'm going to put him in there. He was crazy in that movie. That was a super good movie. So, again, I'm going to add another YouTube video. So I'm going to click the plus symbol, go down to YouTube, and I'm going to search for Xerxes the Great. All right. I have no idea what this movie's about, but I'm just using this to show you guys how to make it. So I'm going to double click that, and I've added my video on Xerxes. Now I did notice I do not like that white behind it, so I'm going to change the color to it. And remember, I do like my dividers, so I'm going to click on the section, click on dividers underneath it, and I'm going to add my last leader underneath this by clicking on this layout window right here with the one image there. And I am going to talk about Khufu. All right, let's copy and paste our description about Khufu there. Change the color of this section to emphasis 1 again. And let's click the plus symbol, YouTube, and let's search a video on Khufu. Khufu Pyramid. Egyptian Pharaoh with the biggest ego. That sounds like a good one. So I'm going to add that one into there, and I have finished my page on the leaders. So I think it looks really clean. When students click on, if they're at home and they go over here and click on leaders, it's definitely full of images and descriptions and videos and things like that. So that's an important thing, like I mentioned before, for your virtual field trip, is to make sure you have as many videos and pictures as possible to kind of transport them there to that setting. All right, so super cool little section here. We're going to add our last page to this website. We're going to go up here and click Pages, and I'm going to show you how to do something a little bit special. And you may want to use this on all 3 of these sections that I've made, or you would have done that. I don't know. Let's see. We're going to talk about food. So on this food one, I am going to kind of do what I did for the home page. When you click on food, you're going to get hit with like a home page for the food. And then I'm going to put sub pages for each of the different types of food. So let's go ahead and make us a text section for this. And I'm going to copy and paste my description that I've already had done. So click on here, click paste, and I'm going to change this to emphasis 1 again. And I'm not going to put anything about the meat or the bread yet. I want to put them as subpages. So to do that, you're going to go to your food page here, and on the right, click on these 3 little dots. So you got these options here. You can delete that page, you can hide it, you can add a subpage, you do properties, duplicate it. I'm going to click add subpage. And the first subpage that we're going to add is going to be talking about bread. When you click done, notice how that's indented from the food. And notice how we have a drop down arrow right here. So it's kind of, the bread page is part of the food page. It's kind of categorized like that, like an outline or something. We could have done that with leaders. We could have made a section, a home page for the leaders, just talking about Egyptian leaders, and then added subpages for Cleopatra, Xerxes, and Khufu. But for now, we're going to do that with food, and we're going to go to the bread section and add a little information about the bread. So we're going to always go back to our insert right here, and I'm just going to add an image again. So double click on images. We are going to talk about Egyptian. I'm going to always add ancient before this because times have definitely changed. Let's do ancient Egyptian bread. Okay, so hopefully this hieroglyph is what I'm wanting to use. I'm going to double click on that. It looks like there is a picture of them making bread. I don't know if that's necessarily a hieroglyph or not. And I'm going to move that to the center. And I'm going to change my color to emphasis 1. I'm going to double click underneath there and add some text. And I've already made the text, so I'm going to copy and paste it. And I'm going to change that one's emphasis to 1. All right, so there we have our bread page, and now it is a sub page. I'm going to finish the next one, and then I'm going to show you guys what that means. So I'm going to add a second page to my food section. So I'm going to go up here and click pages, and make sure you hover over food, and you're going to click the three dots and click add sub page. And we're going to add meat to that. Now I'm going to show you what's going to happen. A lot of you guys are going to mess up and accidentally add the sub page to bread. So what if we accidentally added the sub page to the bread? See, the meat page is part of the bread page, which doesn't make any sense. The meat page needs to be part of the food. So if that happens to you, you can click and drag it out of there like I just did, or you can go over here and delete it and just remake it in the food section. Make sure that you indent your pages correctly. So let's go back to food. We're going to add something about the bread here, or the meat, sorry. I am going to do it the same way. I'm going to add an image by double clicking. Going to image search, ancient Egypt meat. Should I put food there? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, that's pretty gross. Let's go with that picture. Hopefully, it's what I want. I'm going to center it up by clicking and dragging it again. And hopefully that's a picture about the meat that they ate. I'm going to change this to emphasis 1 again. Double click below it. Add some text that I've already made. And change the emphasis to that as well. Alright, so now that I have my description and my picture about meat, I'm done with that. So there's definitely more things we can add to the food section here, but I'm just going to make 2 pages. So as mentioned before, I was going to show you guys what adding subpages did. So you see up here where all of our links are. We've got home, pyramid, leaders. When you hover over food, you've got bread and meat. So the students will be able to choose which page they want to go to. They can also click food, and it'll take us to the general description about Egyptian food. But they can hover over it and choose bread or meat. Alright, so we have pretty much made everything that I'm going to show you guys how to do to get started on this. I'm going to go back to the home page and show you guys a couple more things before you take off. Don't dip out yet, because I'm going to show you how to preview your site on different devices, and I'm going to show you how to share it with your students. So the first thing I'm going to do is go up here and show you how to preview it. So this little button right here, it looks like it's got a laptop and a little cell phone. It's labeled as preview, so when you click on it, this is what the students will see when they view this website on a computer. See down below it says large screen. I've got this little menu bar down here. If you want to see what it looks like on a tablet, right here, you can click that button. And that's if the students had iPads or any other tablet like that, this is how your website will look on a tablet. Now, if they are viewing it on a phone, we also have that option. This is what it will look like on a phone. So you can kind of see if your website is proportioned correctly on all 3 devices, and make sure that you're happy with it. So let's bump back here to the computer button here. I wanted to show you guys what this image carousel looked like. See, they have little buttons here. Can't really see much on that Sphinx there, but they have little arrow buttons that they can see a bunch of pictures on. So if that's what you want, I'm going to show you that real quick. Again, that button is called Image Carousel. You just want to click on that and add your pictures to the image carousel. And that's what we're seeing right here, is the image carousel. Okay, so I definitely suggest you guys go through all of your site, your Google site here, and make sure that everything is exactly how you want it before you give it to students. So I clicked on pyramids there. That looks pretty good to me. Click on leaders here. Let's make sure it looks good. And you definitely can click on tablet here and see what it looks like in tablet form and phone form if you want. It depends on what your students are using. And I click on food. Probably would put some more pictures on food. Like I said, I think it's important to add pictures to virtual field trips like this. All right, so we're going to click on the drop down for bread. Go there. Look at our description for bread. We're going to click on the drop down for meat. Make sure that web page is good. And it all looks fine to me. So how do we exit this preview? Well, down here on our menu, we've got our X button. We click on that and it takes us back to the editing site. All right, so the last thing that I'm going to show you all is how to publish this to students, how to get them the link to your website, and that is up here at the top. You're going to click on Publish. You need to name your website right here, and down below that is going to be what you would give to students, but you don't need to copy and paste that. I'm going to show you an easier way. But this is going to be your web address, so insert anything you want right here. Make sure it's relevant. Mine is named Ancient Egypt VFT. I think that's probably because of the title that I gave the website up here. I'm fine with that, so I'm going to hit Publish. And it is publishing my website to the web. And how do we get the link to this website? You do not go up here and just click that and copy and paste it. We're going to click Copy Published Link to Site. And all we have to do, once we click that button, I'm going to run through it again. Click on this little link up here at the top. All we have to do is click Copy Link. And no matter how we give that link to our students, when they click it, it will take them to this website. Now, I am going to show you something that I kind of messed up on just now. I want to point this out. When you click on this, if you notice, the end says food and meat. So if you click on this link up here while you're on the meat page, that's what it's going to take them to. So definitely make sure you click on home, then copy your link. And then that way they'll go straight to the home page instead of whatever else it was that you were on. So definitely make sure you click on the home page, click on the link, and copy your link. Okay, so that does it for me, guys. I hope this helps you all, helps all them teachers out there, helps you all make your virtual field trips, and helps you all engage your students in your lessons. You can use this in class, in person, at brick and mortar, or you can use this if you are teaching at a virtual school. But I hope it helps you out. I hope that it makes your lesson more engaging. So thanks for watching, guys. Please consider subscribing and hitting the like button. But that's it for me. I'll see you all later.